conversation with a 95-year-old and doesn't matter. And I'm going to be able to say, oh, I remember when I had a moment similar to that. So that's basically what's taking place. So it's situationally dependent based upon the Robert Northouse path goal theory. And when you start to use all 74 principles of real leadership, you will have that range and diversity too. So what it shows is that when I say I'm a global citizen, I actually am a global citizen because the client that I'm talking about is Chinese. And so we are on staff now, and everybody else, other than the cleaners that come to do all of the major work, is speaking Chinese. And so when they start speaking Chinese, we just listen for our name. Yeah, we just listen for our name because if you think about it, Kevin, I had 3 lives yesterday and I still had to post on social media and I still had to help her. So I'm literally interior designing the house. She will need information, and I keep telling Nola, your client, she's like, she's not listening to me. You left, and she said, we got to wait for your mom to come back. So I'm literally saying, put a vase here. On this one, they're themed rooms. So put this on this wall. Use these curtains. That light isn't going to work. Put the TV here. Put the pool table here. So it's all these different things from a life lived many, many times over. So that's what's actually happening. And that was a big giant cat that we had already saw. And then on my second live, I drove to the park and the cat was there with 2 other people. And so it was people walking through the streets. And the other reason why I had to be calm is because that house is in a flight path. And what was it, about 4 or 5 aircraft that went over while I was on that live, and the same thing on the second one, because I lived on a Rock Air Force Base. So a bunch of aircraft flying overhead can enact my PTSD. So what you experienced was, in all of that chaos, I had to calm myself down because I made a commitment that at 3 p.m. on Monday, if I'm alive and I'm not in Clark County Hope, then at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'm going to be on a live no matter what is happening and taking place. So what I demonstrated that day yesterday was keeping my word in the midst of everything that was going on, because it's chaotic when you're setting up a house for the first time. It definitely is. You don't even realize how many decisions that you have to make. So that calmness. So what you can do is to not say I'm a different Dr. Donna, but just say that's part of. So it's just, I mean, Nola has been around for 22 years, and I will forget some shit, and she'd be like, how did you not remember to tell me that? When I say it, I mean, I'm not going to be on. I got more shit I accomplished that I forgot than most people have accomplished in their whole lives, because it is so much. I told y'all the other day, there ain't a year that I want to go back to, because I've been focused on days. If you are 365 days, 365 days, 365 days for 51 years, your life looks different than people who might have an accomplishment once every 3 years, once every 5 years. So there is a lot going on. So I will say, you have never met somebody, and we're both 51, you ain't never met nobody like me in your entire life. Because every client we go to, and we've had people who don't speak English, and we're literally pointing, I can understand. Like, I'll tell you just one more thing. If everybody else got to go, you got to go. So we had a table, an entryway table that didn't work in the space. And I don't know if I said this on the first live or the second live, but we had to disassemble it. And I had already cut that box up, but there were other boxes available. So Nola found one box. I said, that's not going to work. So we found another mattress box. I said, this box will work. And so we disassembled the entryway table, and then I had to wrap each individual piece up, wrap it in plastic, and then make the box fit it. Well, I learned how to cut boxes when I was in Korea, and we used to go to the post office, and Adashi would make a box out of anything. Every time he sent something back, I watched him make boxes. And so there have been multiple appointments where we had to rebox something and it didn't fit in the box. And now I got to go make a box where they need to box it back up, and we weren't there. We took it apart. And so I can literally make a box look like a box again and package it back up so you can take it back to Amazon, the post office, or wherever else you need to, in order to make sure that you return it, because certain things just have to be in boxes. Some stuff you can do, this IKEA, you can just take it back to the store. So that's just one thing that I know how to do, that people at appointments are like, she made a box. She made a couch. We literally had to take a couch apart and put it back into multiple boxes. And they were like, we don't have the boxes. I said, y'all got moving boxes? They said, yeah, but they ain't the same size. Don't worry about it. Go get some packaging tape. I got this. We're going to box up a couch and put it in multiple boxes and take it back to the store. So like I said, baddest motherfucker walking around the face of the planet Earth. Challenge anybody to come and please don't say David Goggins. Get out of here with that bullshit. Ain't nobody